to our channel Top 15 Facts. In this channel, we will discuss top 15 facts that you will probably know or some awesome amazing facts. Today's video is on top 15 beautiful palaces in India. Today, we are going to take a peek to our past. So as we all know that India is the place of royalty and royalty is something that attracts everyone thought and our land is real infested by many of these ancient forts and monuments that attracts a large number of tourists every year. Great focusing point. And the focusing point is that India has either two forts, i.e., the Agra and the, of course, Red Fort. Red Fort that are included in UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So let's take a look on our glorious past through the eyes of these magnificent monuments. Number 15, Jhansi Fort, popularly known as Jhansi Ka Kila. This is created by Raja Bir Singh. It was constructed and forms interesting history that tracks to the Bondela dynasty. It is also associated with the Rani Lakshmi Bai and reflects the strength and valor of Balogan era. This massive citadel spreads across 15 acres of land and was surrounded by an imposing wall that survived enemy attacks. The interior of fort are made from granite and houses several gates. The most significant amongst them are the Khandera Gate. There is an archaeological museum that contains several artifacts belonging to the fort. Number 14, Shaniwar Wada, Pune, was built in 1732 by the Peshwa's Prime Ministers of Maratha Kingdom, Chhatrapati, which is spread over 625 acres. This 13-story fort was started in 1732 by Bajirao and finally made ready in 1732. Security was given prime importance here to resist the attack of the enemies with 9 bastions and 5 gateways: Dil Darwaza, Mastani Darwaza, Kheti Darwaza, etc. Shaniwarpura was the center of Indian politics in 18th century. It is the official place of presidents and Peshwas until 1818, when later lost its control to East India Company. Number 13, Nahagar Fort is one of the 3 forts in the pink city of Jaipur and it stands on the edge of the Aravali Hills. It was built by Maharaja Sawai Jai Singh II in the year 1734 as a retreat. The king of Jaipur, Shivaji, commissioned Nagara in 1734 to increase the strength and security because of ongoing battle against Marathas. The fort is built beautifully Indo-European architectural, housing several beautiful structures inside. Number 12, Lohagarh Fort. This fort was constructed by Bahadur Jat ruler Maharaja Suraj Singh. It is considered as one of the strongest ever built in Indian history. Lohagarh Fort or Iron Fort was as strong as its name because British rulers were never able to conquer it. It has 2 gates. Number 1 gate is a statue, 8 metal to the north, and guess the second one. Are you able to guess? Tag me in the comments. The second one is the Kovar Burja, 4-pillared to the south. Fort has some interesting monuments including the Kishori Mahal, Mahal Khas, Kohti Mahal, Moti Mahal and towers like Jwalar. Fort also houses a government museum which exhibits various armors and weapons of that. Number 11, Amer Fort, Jaipur. Fort was built in 16th century by a trusted general of Akbar Man Singh on the top of the Aravali Hills. Amber Fort or Amber Fort is located a little away from the Jaipur, and it is a major tourist attraction of the city. Fort or palace is divided in four sections which combine forms palace. Each of four sections has its own gates and courtyard. The first gate or the main entrance is called the Suraj Pole or Sun Gate. It is first courtyard named Jalebi Chowk. Soldiers used to assemble and celebrate their victory in this very courtyard. Number 10. Bidar Fort or Bidar. Located on the northern plateau of Bidar city in Karnataka, it was originally constructed in 8th century and reconstructed in 1428 AD. The fort was built by Sultan Alauddin Bahman of the Bahman dynasty in irregular rhombus with state walls on the edge of the plateau. This fort is located at a distance of 64 km from the ancient city of Kalyani of the Cholukya Empire. Fort has a unique water system known as the Persian system or Karez, which use the Persian water harvesting technology. Number 9. Mysore Palace. Mysore Palace was built in year 1912 for the 24th ruler of the Wadiyar dynasty of Mysore, and it counted amongst one of the biggest palaces in the country. It is still the official residence of Wadiyar dynasty and seat of the kingdom of Mysore. Mysore Palace is also known as the Amba Vilas Palace. The architectural style of domes of the palace is described as Indo-architectural style of domes. It is the second most visited historical monuments in India for both local and foreign tourists after the Taj Mahal. Number 8. Agra Fort. Agra Fort, also called Red Fort, was built in the year 1573 under the region of Mughal Emperor Akbar. Fort is located on the Yamuna River in the historical city of Agra, and it was the main residence of Mughal dynasty until the year 1638. Agra Fort is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and attracts a lot of tourists there. Taj Mahal, which is at 2.5 km, the walls of fort have a circumference of about 1.5 miles with the height of 21 meters, which is surrounded by the moat. The fort enclosed with numerous structures like these: Jahangir Mahal, Khas Diwan, Diwani-i Khas, Diwani-i Aim. Number 7. Junagadh Fort. The Junagadh Fort was constructed by Raja Rai Singh between the period of 1588 to 1538. He was the sixth ruler of Bikaner who ruled here for 1571 to 1611 AD. It is one of the few major forts in Rajasthan which is built on a flat ground instead of hills. The modern city of Bikaner has developed around this fort. One of his highlights of architecture of fort is the stone carving with excellent quality. Number 6. Golconda Fort. Golconda Fort is one of the most famous forts in India, which was built in 16th century between 1518 to 1591. It was the capital of Qutub Shahi Kingdom, one of the 5 Muslim sultanates of Deccan. Fort was built on a 120-meter high hill to track the activity of the enemies. From the top of the fort, one can spot the activities of enemies. Fort massive gates was studded and iron spikes to obstruct enemy and war elephants. It is a great way to know the activity of enemies. Number 5. Gwalior Fort. The exact period of construction of Gwalior Fort is not yet known. Still, according to an historian, fort it was built in 3rd century by a local king, Suraj Sen. Gwalior Fort stands on a vasty rock hill surrounded by the concrete wall of sandstone. It encloses 3 temples, 6 places, and several water tanks, and is truly a architectural marvel. Number 4, Jaisalmer Fort, Rajasthan. Jaisalmer Fort is one of the largest forts in the world, located in Jaisalmer city of India. It was built in 1156 AD by a Rajput ruler Rao Jaisal. It is the most popular attraction of tourists in Jaisalmer city. Jaisalmer Fort houses museums, shops, restaurants, residential accommodation, hotels, and other facilities. Fort is 250 foot tall, protected by 30 feet long wall. The fort constitutes 99 bastions. Number 3, Chittorgarh Fort is one of the largest in India, the symbol of Rajput chivalry, resistance, and bravery, situated on a 180-meter high hill rising from the plains of river Barrage. It is believed constructed by the Chitran Mori of the Maurya dynasty way back in the 7th century AD. Later, Baba Rawal, the founder of the Mewar dynasty, made Chittorgarh his capital. The fort was declared as World Heritage Site by UNESCO and protected under the Archaeological Survey of India. And in number 2, Red Fort, also spelled as Lal Killa, is a Mughal fort in the old remains, a major tourist attraction of the country. The fort is covered by a massive sandstone walls with the height of 75 feet. Fort is enclosed with a complex of palaces and entertainment halls projecting balconies, baths, and indoor. Every year, minister or prime ministers hoist the Indian flag at the main gate of the Red Fort. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2007. Number 1, Maharanagarh Fort. With an altitude of 140 feet, Maharanagarh Fort is one of the biggest and magnificent forts in the India, built by the Rao Jodha in year 1459. It is spread over an area of 5 km and is built on approx 125-meter high hill in the outskirts of Jodhpur city. It is also covered by the UNESCO World Heritage Site on the year 2007. How do you like our video? Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you like the video.